There were gladiators and reenacted sea battles here until the 5th century.
Welcome to the Doc Show, coast to coast.
No, you can eat really cheap. You can get a 32-ounce beer for $5.
My concern is the profit that we could potentially make is going to be eaten up.
I wish I could go. Well, just go. Oh, yeah, because, everything's free down there.
Holy what did I get myself into?
Weeknights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, boy, you really got your work cut out for you here. Let me tell you, that guy's a class act. I've been listening to him for 20 years.
But you better tip him, because, man, they get mad at you.
Look, I may not know anything about show business, but when you start sending out gifts to people who can do something for you, that's called bribery.
Give Doc a call, 407-498-3193.
I love standing there with binoculars and looking for Cubans. It's awesome. It's absolutely incredible.
Often imitated, never quite duplicated.
Who are you?
You won't find Palestine.
The old man is going to kill me.
And you won't find much Muslim stuff either.
This is the Doc Show, coast to coast, with Doc Holliday.
You're listening to the Doc Show, coast to coast. I'm Bam Bam Sam, and just like I took over bedrooms in my mother's house, apparently I've taken over the studio. So I don't know where Doc went or whether he's coming back or not, but yet again, I am the spoiled child who got her way. That's pretty cool. I obviously have a magic power to do that. I tell you. But we've been mixing it up tonight. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I hope you're enjoying the show. Don't forget to go to our website, docshowcoasttocoast.com. Click on the subscribe button for YouTube, and you can follow us on YouTube. In case you missed any of the segments today, you can go ahead and catch up there. You back?
No, you keep going. You're doing good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, look, I know what it's like when you're not sure how you feel. So, I'm being nice.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse the sound. I hate it.
And you turned off your mic on top of that. I had no control over that one.
No. See, I bring my dog into the studio. My dog loves coming into the radio studio, and I don't know why. He's been in this studio, the 810 studio, and that was it. It was, because it was 2011 when I got him out of the kill shelter. And he loves being in this studio. As a matter of fact, when I start walking toward it, he gets up and he's at the door.
Yeah? He loves this weather, too.
I'm not sure why the dog loves the radio studio, but he does. So he, unfortunately, will...
Are you kidding me? It went down again?
Lay on my microphone, and he'll disconnect the cord. He doesn't mean it. He just doesn't know any better. I guess it's comfortable. What went down again?
It was back up, my prep, and now it's down again. I give up.
Well, now...
But that's okay. I've got my first story. Go ahead.
Well, now, didn't I just tell you where to go?
Yeah, I know. I got excited for a second, so just bear with me.
I told you.
It's okay.
Where to go?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
That's great. But anyhow, man. Okay, there's football. I'm just trying to think of things.
You're thinking out loud, too? Like, yeah?
Yeah, just thinking about stuff.
Uh-huh.
I was just reading the Orlando radio ratings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're number one?
No.
Hey!
Well, we don't qualify because, see, in order to become rated, and I think we would actually, I know we would show up.
Right.
You have to run with a system called a personal people meter system.
That sounds like...
Coming out of where you broadcast from, you have to send a signal.
Peter.
And the signal has to be picked up by the people that wear these little, they look like beepers.
Uh-huh.
And it shows how much time that they spend.
Right.
And I was just having a conversation with a program director during the break. And I said, hey, what's going on? And he and I have always been very friendly. And he was not very friendly back to me.
Why? What happened?
They were just talking about the way the ratings and the system is just ruining radio. And I said, you know what ruins radio?
Oh, so it wasn't you personally.
I'm about to find that out when you start talking so I can type back. That's what I do. I type to program directors. And I have to look. I'm just going to say, well, he's mad at the rating system. So let me go over here and see where his station is. Now, the number one station in Orlando, now you're listening, this is Antenna, is Rumba.
Rumba. You got to say it right. Rumba.
And that's not a surprise.
Wepa.
Magic does pretty well. MMO, not bad. You know, I gotta
Are we
say.
schooling people in Orlando radio?
I'm just saying, you know, MMO's never been that high. They're pretty good. And you've got, let's see, well, those numbers are pretty, I don't know what he's mad about. You know, those are good numbers.
I don't know which format you're referring
Well,
to.
I don't want to say person's.
Gotcha.
But then I'm looking over at this CMX. I'm looking over at Mix. Mix is okay. They're not doing that bad. Oh, crap. I accidentally clicked onto their website. I don't want to see that.
Oh, anyway.
All right, go back. Let's see.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to do this.
We've got your celebrity news, gossip, and so much more on Dish in the Dirt with the Doc Show, coast to coast.
I'm surprised that a K92 has done as well as it has.
Well, you know.
They've gone from a 3.7, which means
Totally blew my intro, but okay.
3739, 3740, 4751. So that's not too bad. You know, because country's just not picking up. They have another country station that I'd hope to join, and that was The Wolf, and they're down there with a 1.2. And they're not the last place radio station.
Well, that's good for them that they're not last place anymore.
But, you know, the odd thing is that I would have thought by now they would have given me a little ring.
Right.
We got to get this thing moving. But a 1.2, that means 1 out of every 100 people listen to you. Not the greatest in the world, but good people. I got a lot of friends over there, and they're good people. And the amp, I don't understand the amp either. They've gone from a 4.5 down to a 3.8.
That's a unique.
What's that?
It's not your.
That's XL's main competition.
Yeah, I guess.
XL was down.
Well, maybe people aren't listening to regular radio anymore. Think about that.
They're, top 40 can be up and down, up and down. The AM on DBO is a 0.
Well, AM doesn't have a big market here.
WUCF with my buddy Alan Rock in the morning.
Is he still talking to you even?
Nah, man, he's pissed off at me.
That doesn't really surprise me.
They have a 0.7.
Wow.
Jeez. And JRR fell off. They went from a 5.1 to a 4.2. Power, which I have never understood, they're down.
Yeah.
It seems like the market's is down.
Maybe so. Taking advantage of satellite deals. I mean, 'tis the season. They're going to...
Well, streaming.
Well, that too.
Don't forget. We're taking a bite out of everybody's ass.
And you can stream us in the mornings. Now, we're on in the morning. We're on in the evening. You never know what you're going to get, but you're going to get us, and you're going to get us good. And you have a little Docky in the morning, a little Bam Bam in the morning, a little Docky in the evening, and a Bam Bam in the evening.
All right, we're just killing the ratings now if we even had any. So, nobody wants to do that. All right.
We need to find somebody to write jingles for us.
Go ahead and do your thing, man. No, people don't write jingles anymore.
That is not true.
Radio doesn't use jingles.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've heard them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I bet I can find them here at the bottom of those ratings.
I don't know. Give me a 1. Give me a 0. Give me a 5.
Do your thing, man. Come on.
Okay. So, you know Nick Cannon, right? Married to Mariah Carey, her child that she married. Well, he dropped a bombshell. He's confirmed that he's expecting a child with actress Brittany Bell. He spilled the tea with The Breakfast Club Thursday, saying he's following God's orders to be fruitful and multiply. I think God also said you shouldn't have extramarital relations before you're divorced. Just saying. Rumors started flying because of his new single, Baby on the Way, and in this case, they were on point. Cannon already has twins, obviously, with Mariah Carey, so this will be his 3rd child. He famously revealed he had to wait until marriage for sex with Mimi. So, no, not so with Britney. There's no wedding planned, and there's not even dating going on at this point. So apparently he's just spreading the fruits of his loins.
Is that Nick?
Yeah. He's just going around apparently planting the seed.
Nail it, dude. That's a good-looking guy.
Because
Why
he
not?
ain't even dating who she's, and I don't know, have you ever seen Brittany Bell? I don't know what she's in, but she's very pretty. You would drool.
I'm still infatuated over Kellyanne, what's her name?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're thinking. I can't think of her last name, but anyway. Yes. So the guy who trashed Donald Trump's Hollywood star just got slammed with a felony vandalism charge, on the Walk of Fame.
He should, because that's destruction of property.
He could end up behind bars for a while. So the LA County District Attorney's Office finally charged James Otis on Thursday with 1 count of felony vandalism for taking pickaxe to Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame last month. Otis recorded video of himself doing it. First of all, if you're going to do a crime like that, don't record yourself and put yourself on social media, nitwits. So this is as close to open and shut as you're going to get. I mean, I don't know what else it could be, honestly. TMZ broke the story. Otis said he defaced Trump's star to stand up for the president-elect's alleged sexual assault victims, and he was happy to go to jail for the crime. Careful what you wish for. Doc, careful what you wish for, because now he's facing up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 maximum fine if he's found guilty.
Okay, fine, but what does that got to do with me?
I'm just saying. No, when you're saying, I'm just saying, be careful what you wish for. Like this guy, he wanted to stand up for the victims and he wanted to be known, and now, well, he's known, all right. He's known in jail.
Great.
It's a terrible thing.
But I didn't wish it.
No. Okay. You're fine. Your new infatuation with Melania Trump. She had a lunch date with her son and inadvertently...
Time out. I did not have an infatuation with Melania Trump.
Okay.
Well,
anyway.
His daughter? Wow.
Anyway.
What's her name, Ivanka?
Yes.
That damn Ivanka's fine.
Okay, anyway. So Melania had a lunch date with her son and inadvertently created a huge scene at a popular New York City restaurant. Or more simply, she got a taste of her new life. Melania and Barron hit up Serafina, but not before Secret Service showed up to sweep the place and warn the restaurant she's coming. We're told restaurant staffers weren't immediately clear about who she was. Well, they're going to know pretty soon because she's the first lady-elect. And it's going to happen.
What's that?
That, Secret Service is going to go into places and sweep the places, and she's going to be known as she. When the Secret Service comes in and they say she's coming, she's going to be known as she.
Well, they couldn't say that about Michelle Obama. So they might as well say it about Trump's old lady. Yeah.
Now she's the old lady. You before that you said she was going to be the most beautiful president.
She is. Jackie Kennedy and Melania are the two most beautiful women that have ever put their arms on the president and walked as a first lady.
Okay.
Jackie Kennedy was outstanding. Melania, she's got plastic surgery advantages over Jackie. I'll take natural Jackie and Melania's ass. Oh, man.
Okay. So Bobby Brown says his daughter, Bobby Christina, had unlimited earning potential before her boyfriend helped take her life, and a judge put a very high dollar amount on those prospects. Nick Gordon was ordered to fork over $36 million to Bobby's estate Thursday after he was earlier found liable for her death. Here's the partial list. So conversion, stealing funds and assets at $1.5 million with punitive damages of $250,000. Assault and battery, medical damages, they awarded $1.3 million plus $4.2 million because Gordon was under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Pain and suffering was awarded at $13 million, loss of life at $15 million, including her net worth and future potential income. The final tally came after tearful testimony from Bobby Christina's family. The estate had originally sought $40 million in its wrongful death suit against Gordon. The obvious issue now will be when and if the estate actually gets a dime out of it. Probably not, because I'm sure he doesn't have that kind of money. And not to mention, this idiot was a no-show in court, just as he's been throughout the entire case. So, Goober.
I don't understand how he's guilty of little Bobby Christina.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's guilty of her taking drugs and
I
drowning.
guess
She went out just like her mom.
Well, maybe there was evidence that he assisted her or something.
I didn't hear a thing. I have not heard one solid reason.
I haven't been following it enough.
I read it every time. Every time I see Bobby's picture, Bobby Christina's picture, or his picture, I read. And I'm like, why is he being blamed for her death when all she did was go out like her mother? I would say that was more of a suicide than a murder. And if there's evidence, let's hear it. There's been no trial. Did I miss a trial?
Well, that's what this just was.
What?
This was the verdict that I just went through. So obviously there was a trial. It just wasn't publicly.
Well, okay, but did they say why he's guilty of that?
They just broke it down and
see, that is something wrong with that.
Yeah.
You got to get a better lawyer, dude. You need a Clinton lawyer.
Well, I don't know who this guy is. It's very hard for me. Why am I having issues here today? Everything that I touch, as far as my website is concerned, maybe I'm supposed to read this, even though I don't know who this is. Maybe you guys know who this is, because you're young and you're up to date on new artists and things like that. T.I. is finally, although grudging... My computer is spooked. It's really, really spooked. Okay, so T.I. is finally, although grudgingly, willing to accept Donald Trump is the next president of the United States. But he says Hillary Clinton's loss taught him a valuable lesson. So TMZ got T.I. as he was leaving Snoop Dogg's roast at the Avalon, which is interesting because the conversation was totally sobering. Tip told TMZ, that he's done focusing on the president-elect and explained why he's now looking 2 years down the road. Most impressive about T.I.'s political wisdom here, the fact that he dropped it with a heckler on his ass. She was annoying, but still kind of funny. So there you go.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's this? Oh, Margaret Cho. You remember her?
Yeah, man, she's the only Asian chick I wouldn't have sex with.
Really?
I never understood it.
Well, apparently her ex-boyfriend...
I love Asian women.
Apparently her ex-boyfriend thinks the same thing. Because he lost it when... Well, I don't know. Maybe she wouldn't have sex with her boyfriend. Who knows? So her ex-boyfriend lost it when she dumped him and resorted to sending her menacing social media threats, according to legal documents the comedian filed. Margaret claims she broke up with David Moraga back in May after nearly 2 years because he was severely controlling and abusive. She says he refused to accept the breakup and he wouldn't move out of her home. So she evicted him and changed the locks. In the documents, she says Moraga, undeterred and broke into the house, changed the locks again, and barricaded himself inside. The same week, she says she posted a pic of her lying on the ground with the caption, "When you're dead, you're dead." Margaret went to court seeking a temporary restraining order, fearing David would physically harm her. The judge agreed and ordered him to stay 100 yards. What's 100 yards? I mean, really? Is that even
That's
that
a football field.
That's not that far.
That's actually, think about it. All right? You see a guy kicking a ball, and he's kicking off.
Right.
And the other team is about to receive it.
Yeah.
That's a long way.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 100 yards away, and to stop posting threatening or derogatory pics or statements on social media.
I hate when it gets like that. You know,
This is a pretty bad picture, too. If I can get it on Facebook, I will. Basically, I mean, yeah, it looks like a real murder scene that he posted. What a wackadoo. What a wackadoo this guy is. Man, women, you gotta be careful who you're dating. No joke. Craziness.
The men have to be careful who they're dating.
It's crazy. I'm telling you. If I can find a way to get that up on Facebook, I will. We talked a little bit earlier about this, though, in the beginning of the show, and this isn't celebrity or anything like that, but, we were talking about, and maybe we touched on it yesterday, I don't know, at some point we touched on this week, skills that are going by the wayside for men. In other words, men nowadays are becoming more metrosexual. They're less manly, less masculine.
God. Look at these little wussies out there protesting. And Obama, of course, I mean, if he's not a metrosexual, there never was one. And he tells them, keep going, guys. Keep going. And he's helping incite more demonstrations, and you know what happens? People get pissed, and it turns violent. But I've seen these dudes that are out there. What a bunch of punk asses. You guys ought to be ashamed. I wouldn't even be seen if I looked like you. You look horrible. You look like little sissy boys. What guy wouldn't come up and punch you right in the face? What is going on with people today? Now, I realize there's a lot of one-parent families. But this was the explanation for metrosexuals. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that was 2005-ish. Now, what's why do you need little puppy dogs to get you over the fact that Donald Trump won? I need a puppy. Puppies, I'm not going to lie to you, they do make you happy in sad times. But for God's sakes, man, you're 20, 21 years old, and you got to get out there, and you got to go fight in one of the world is a mess. Trying to get a job is a mess. The economy's a mess. There are some businesses that, they don't hire anybody. And you've got to take the disappointments, and you got to learn. Learn disappointment. Learn how to deal with it. Said, I need a puppy. I need a puppy. Can I have a puppy and a lollipop? I want to punch every single one of you out and choke you. My kids are in that age range. And I got news for you. They don't act like that.
Well, there's a new study from men's grooming leader Wall, which finds millennials are falling behind in skills that were once deemed essential. So throughout the course of history, there have been skills long considered essential for guys to know how to do. Fixing leaks, changing car oil, starting a fire without matches, I don't know about without matches, but okay.
Time out. I don't get that.
These are all things that, men were supposed to be able to do. Rub 2 sticks together at the campfire and start the fire.
You know what?
That was caveman days, I think.
No, I was a Boy Scout.
Did they try to teach you that?
I was a Cub Scout.
Uh-huh.
And at no time
did you ever learn that?
Did anybody ever get a fire started.
Did they teach you that?
Yes, they tried.
They tried?
Yeah. And you'd have to sit there and rub, and the only thing that would happen is you'd get thorns in your hands.
I don't understand that, but...
I'm not sure if and I do believe fire started because lightning struck way back in caveman time. Okay?
Maybe.
That's how you got your fire.
You always see the cartoons where the cavemen do it.
No, you don't rub 2 sticks together. It doesn't work. Lightning struck, fire. That's how we got electricity.
How did we get matches then? Who created matches?
Well, see, they're the thing.
I want somebody to find that out for me and report that back to me tomorrow. Who created Deep Thoughts by Bam Bam Sam? Who created the match and how does it work?
Well,
I want somebody to report back to me tomorrow.
With whatever is on the little red head.
What is that?
Then it strikes against the little
black
black strip.
Yeah, what is that?
And you got a fire.
Somebody created it. Somebody invented it.
They created it after fire couldn't be contained unless there was lightning.
Now, I've never heard this one that men knew how to cut their own hair. I've always seen the men in my family go to groomers, barbers, so I don't know about that. But anyway, Wall wanted to set out to uncover if guys still know how to perform these tired and true skills and whether they are embarrassed by today's younger generation of men known as the millennials. The results suggest that what was once considered need to know is no longer needed, or at least not as much. This is the problem, ladies. This is what your problem is. You don't set your expectations high enough on these men. For the study, Wall identified 9 skills that have long been identified as essential for men and asked 1,000 guys nationwide to weigh in on their ability to perform them. So here's how baby boomers and millennials responded when asked which of the skills they know how to do. Grow or maintain a beard. Millennials, 53% of them can do it. Okay. Baby boomers, 65%. I don't really think growing a beard, whether you're a millennial or a baby boomer, I don't think that's essential. What are you going to...
You need, if you're going to do it, and I've had some pretty nice beards in my day, but I gave up. I just don't do that anymore.
Now, this one is a big difference, though, between the generations.
You need to know how to make it cling to your...
skin?
Your jaw, and you make it look good. You should know that. I would think millennials would have a better shot at growing cooler beards because of
they all grow that nasty, crap is going to get stuck in your beard if you don't wash it every day with shampoo.
Well, you're talking about, the people from Duck Dynasty.
Yeah,
that's...
A lot of people are doing that these days.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, no. Here's one that is...
That's those damn Muslims.
Here's a very interesting breakdown on this. So, changing your car oil. What do you think the split is on percentages of how many millennials can do that versus baby boomers?
Well, now you're talking about baby boomers and millennials, but they're not close. Okay, they're nowhere near.
Well, that's the point of this article.
There's
is that
Generation X that you totally missed.
But that's the point of this article, that millennials, the men, millennials, they can't do these things as much or as well as the baby boomer generation can. In other words,
no question baby boomers can change oil.
So only 51% of millennials can change their car oil versus 70% of baby boomers.
I personally think that's high.
I was expecting lower, yeah, but hey.
Because millennials are little punk asses.
Changing a diaper, this surprises me because I would think that millennials men would be more whipped, but apparently they do a crappy job. No pun intended.
You got to remember, man, you're talking about millennials, and some of them are just 17 years old.
Only 49% can change a diaper versus 67% of baby boomers. Shining your shoes. Who does that anymore?
Not
right?
many.
Only 48% of millennials do, but 88% of baby boomers know how to shine their shoes.
I'm not surprised about that being that high for the baby boomer. Remember, you're talking about the post-World War.
Right.
And then...
You had to look spiffy. You had to shine your shoes.
The 1960s.
Right.
You know, you didn't get away. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a baby boomer. But you didn't get away if you just watched some old-time TV... wearing, Nikes everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, this
in
is
1985.
You're absolutely right. You dressed up.
Starting in like 85.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the only time I've worn shoes was to church, to a funeral, a wedding, and job interview. Mm-hmm. Other than that, man, it's all sneaks for me.
Now, this is one that the millennials did get the edge on. So 39% of them actually know how to cut their own hair versus 28% of baby boomers. Fixing a leaky faucet, I apparently need to find a baby boomer because 72% of them know how to do that versus 37% of the millennials. Fillet of fish, I don't even know how to do that, and I cook.
All right, now I can do that.
You can do that? Yes. Well, okay, 50% of baby boomers can and only 35% of millennials can. Make a fire without matches. This is almost dead even. 34% of millennials say they can do it, where 32% of baby boomers say they can do it. So
I don't believe it.
Even.
I've never seen it done.
This one, I don't think this is fair. Throw or hit a curveball. I mean, that's just...
Oh, dude, you don't know.
That's not fair.
That is... hitting a curveball was one of the reasons that I played Little League, but when the kids started throwing curves, I was done. I could not hit a curveball to save my life, and I wasn't a pitcher, so I'd never throw one.
I just think that's a... I don't think that's a fair question to ask because that's a matter of talent, not whether you're a baby boomer or a millennial.
No, it is. It's actually a matter. It is a matter of baby boomer because baby boomers played baseball. Millennials, they don't play baseball anymore. So
to an extent, you're right.
They don't. I mean, look. Remember Jackie Robinson, first black man to cross the color line. And now, when you look at Major League Baseball, and it's not being done intentionally whatsoever, you see a lot of black guys playing baseball, but they're not black. They're Puerto Rican, Dominican, they're Haitian, but black folks, they just stopped playing baseball, went to basketball, they went to football, because, look at the NFL, man, it's like 70% black now. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that that's where they took the talent. I don't know why they left baseball. But you got a chance in baseball to have a longer career. You do. And for some reason, football, they think they're going to have longer careers. Basketball, they think they're going to have longer careers. They don't go anywhere near an ice hockey rink. And you really don't. Basketball is very short. Not everybody is LeBron James. And football, and a great running back makes it 4 years. But a good, solid baseball player can play 14 to 15 years. They didn't get the message. That's all.
Well, that's it. I'm done. So make sure you go over to our website, DocShowCoastToCoast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Doc and I will be working on that. I just need to get my head wrapped around it and figure it all out, and I will do that, and you'll get Doc's deep thoughts for the day. And if you missed any portion of this show this wonderful day, you can always go back to YouTube and catch it.
All right, and we got to go. Enjoy the rest of whatever this is for you. Don't forget, you're going to be listening to the greatest hits of all time. 3 o'clock, Alex Jones. And then from 7 to 9... We're 7 to 9, whether it's in the mornings or whether it's in the evenings. But we're here.
You can catch us twice a day.
And I'm sure that's just thrilling all of you.
It is.
Okay.
You're gonna love us. And thanks for joining Bam Bam Sam's Family Memories.
Thank you for allowing her to have her bipolar night. Because now, man, how could she be in a bad mood? Because we let her be bipolar. It's all good, right? You want to do another hour? I'm afraid to get off the air. Goodbye. See you later.